Something absolutely massive is bound to happen for Dogecoin in the next few days. Just now over on Twitter, it was announced that the meme coin ETF era is about to kick off, and it looks like it's going to start with Doge with a J, slated for a Thursday launch, so over the next few days. Albeit under the 40 Act, a la SSK, there's a big group of 33 actors waiting for the SEC approval still. Pretty sure this is the first ever US ETF to hold something that has no utility or purpose. So this is really interesting to me. If you really start breaking it down, this sets a really dangerous precedent, in my opinion, in a nice way. Because essentially what this says is there's really no more real requirement for the ETF. It could literally back something that's just something that people want to hold. I guess now the whole concept of collectibles and whatnot could be ETF. I mean, in a certain way, this is one of the craziest things that's yet to happen for the entirety of the Web 2 to Web 3 transition. The fact that these things right now can get listed, essentially, right? A whole scheme of it has no purpose at all. People just buy it because they think it will go up more because other people will buy it, and because it's kind of fun. It has no utility. I mean, arguably it has no utility, no purpose at all. It's just fun, and it just is getting listed now as a freaking ETF. It's quite huge when you start breaking it down, because it makes you wonder, what's next? And it really makes you wonder as well. That basically means that every proper crypto that has utility has now got a chance for getting some sort of ETF listed for them as well, right? I mean, why not? I personally think that if Dogecoin really gets this through, a 𝗕𝗘𝗪, for example, probably a 𝗕𝗫𝗀𝗀, all those are going to be coming as well, because also with Bitcoin and now with Doge, it's not as if it needs a proper foundation or a proper company behind it to get itself such a deal. But I want to quickly talk about how I'm trading Doge based on this news as well. As you guys all know, I've got my Dogecoin bot already running. It's basically generating some dollars every single day. And I think I also have a Doge bot in Doge. What I mean with that is, if we take a look throughout all my bots here, I've got about $500,000 in these bots sitting, times 5, so about acting as roughly $2.5 million. You can see I've got a small little Dogecoin bot right here we opened quite recently. That's been doing pretty well, sure. This is basically, we put 9,000 of our Dogecoin in, which is not that much money, only $2,000 with 5 times leverage. That is now acting, obviously, as 5 times. That is now basically trying to get us more Doge. So in the meantime, right, I put 9,000 Doge in. If I were to close this right now, I would get another 700 and another 700 Doge on top, which is different from the traditional bots I usually showcase on the channel. If we scroll through, I guess I must have yet another Dogecoin bot that I opened somewhere earlier. I recently also opened a Bonk, 𝗕𝗫𝗀𝗀. I just decided to open almost every single altcoin I can think of. I already had 𝗕𝗘𝗪, Pengu nowadays. I think all these memes have a pretty good chance of popping off. Here's Doge. All right, so we put $5,000 in, and right now the bot, with me doing nothing, absolutely nothing, it's completely hands-free, is up $5.5 thousand, and this is fully copyable, meaning if you go to the links down below, you'll see a link to Payonics, which is the exchange I'm trading on right now, but also a link to copy all my bots, or you can check out all the settings if you want even more details. And what I'm talking about here is the fact that I've got every single part of that over in a sheet. Every single detail, every single bot I've opened with all the settings you can find by just pressing the link down below. And you can also see all the results, how they've all been doing. And again, this is all automatic by checking out the all bots section. You can see how much is generating per year, you know, the return per year for just gridding out, because these are volatility bots, or you can see the total P&L or the total loss on some of them. With, again, this bot right here being actually the best performing one, or one of the best performing ones I've got, as well, it's a 10K to a million challenge that has been doing pretty well. I mean, we started with 10K, right now we are at like 45,000, so definitely not too shabby. Having said that, right now you're getting the best risk reward, because if you're opening a bot right now, for the next few days, you actually are entering a competition. If you do well, if Dogecoin based on this news pops off Thursday, you might actually end up in the top 10, and you win yourself $100 or perhaps even $1,000. And I think about 30-something people have entered. Almost nobody that's been opening bots, as you can see right here, about let's see here, about 35 people have entered. Only 3 people have done bad with their bots, and the only reason they've done that is I don't even know what they did, because, I mean, essentially, if you start breaking it down, all the ones I opened quite recently here, right? These are all the ones I opened, for example, even just yesterday. It's quite hard to lose. You must have gotten really unlucky just opening the exact wrong one. But really, I want to get back to one more point. I actually think that most of the proper memes, and I think a few of the best ones of this cycle, will probably be Dogecoin again, hitting probably a few dollars. People laugh at me for saying that, but I think it will. As long as the market picks up for a good altcoin season, Doge can do many, many multiples of where it is at today. I even don't think that Doge at $3 this season is that crazy, but it depends on how hard the meme coin narrative picks up again. I think memes have been diluted so much by the pump.fun meta that perhaps the bigger runners like Doge will do less. But I still think a few multiples of its all-time high, let's just say maybe $1.50 or so, is definitely in the cards as a minimum. And I kind of see 𝗵𝗵𝗃 and whatnot also doing a few multiples. I think those will be the bigger memes this cycle, setting the stage for many smaller memes to follow. As you can see, I still actually have a long that's significantly underwater. I put a couple $1,000s in. It is minus $10,000 because, well, the price is down significantly from where I bought at. But that's the thing. I kind of think I should just actually DCA right back into 𝗵𝗵𝗃 right here at these current prices, get myself a significantly lower price, and just keep it up, just continue the freaking grind. Because when you start breaking it down, 𝗵𝗵𝗃 is actually quite cheap. It's recently really not done that crazy of a movement, and theoretically speaking, if I had just been a bit more consistent, I could have actually lowered my price potentially from wherever I bought at back in like January or so, right? Maybe even before that. I could have lowered my price potentially to right around this mark right here, right? Let's just call it the 0.008. This is, by the way, for 1,000 𝗵𝗵𝗃. Right. If I just continue to buy my way down, yes, it will be a larger size trade, more than $30,000 it's got right now. But then on the way back up right now, we'd be laughing to the freaking bank, right? Or actually a few weeks ago as well, when 𝗵𝗵𝗃 went for a bit of a run. But because I've not touched it, it's still underwater significantly. And I only bought a little bit at like 0.012 or something like that. Then again, I think I also have a Doge trade open. Here we go. So this Doge trade, fun fact, is actually not really looking too good, right? You can see we got ourselves basically perfectly in at the bottom, but the problem is it's a very small size trade. It is only $10,000 worth, and even though it is in roughly $16,000 or so worth of profit, it could have been way more significant had we just done a bit of a crazier number. I mean, we only opened this at 0.14, right now it's at 0.24, but the fun thing is, like I said, I think Doge will be trading above this previous mark of 50 cents that we saw earlier in the year, and by many, many multiples of it. And if now we double from these prices, sure, you know, we're going from whatever our position is at times 2. But I kind of feel as if I should be doing way crazier numbers, right? Which is why I've been sending some Dogecoin to my bots here to hopefully actually get me more Doge, because it's a double thing, right? On the one part, I have myself, of course, a Doge bot that's just running also about 100,000 Doge as a long, which still, theoretically speaking, is a pretty good amount of money. If it turns out that we're going to go to $1 a Doge, it's still $100,000 we make on this, right? From just $5,000 we put in. But also on the opposite side, if we go back to the coin bot stack, here we go. On the Doge we recently put into this bot, you got to realize that, yes, if it goes to $1, okay, it's only about a 16,000 Doge long, right? So it's only $16,000 we'd be at, sure. But think about it. If I had 9,000 Doge and I'm using it with leverage right now, the only thing it's doing is stacking more and more Doge for me. I mean, it's already acting as if it's 16,000, but that's only because it's trying to stack up more and more Doge. And there's the kicker. There's the difference between these two things. The one is generating me more coins. The one is generating me more dollars. I sometimes think it's wise to have one running to get the value of whatever. But thing is also, let's say I were to buy, if I look at my buy positions right here, I think Dogecoin is, for example, going to $1, let's say, right? Well, I bought 73,000 Doge here for my $1,000 a while back. The thing is, if I now eventually decide to sell it, right, I've lost this position, and to buy it back at that point, even though I made good money on it, sure, will be $73,000 to buy back. Mentally, this might be a bit hard. If I had made money in Doge, you know, I just see my bag of Dogecoin increase over time. Sure, the money also increases, but it's the amount of Doge I have. Right now, this 73,000 Doge will never increase. All I'm doing is making money as Doge's price is volatile. But the difference between having a normal position and a bot is that the bot generates you know, more yield over time because it buys and sells all the time, right? Based on the volatility, it's what it does. But the thing is, I realized I just need to get myself more coins because I think the season is about to pop off, especially with announcements like the ones I've been showing you here. And man, I really still think from another angle as well, mostly from the, I'm going to call it macro angle, we're about to see one of the craziest bull markets ever, with massive incentives, massive rate cuts, and also from the crypto angle, like I've been providing you guys with news over the past few days. We're in one of the craziest spots ever. Every country seems to be FOMOing in. Every institution seems to be FOMOing in. All we got to do is just follow the freaking money. I said the same thing for Sol, and now I'm saying it again for Dogecoin. 𝗏𝗏𝗫𝗁 said this: more to be announced soon for Solana. Just spot and chill and let the TCOs do their thing for the time being. These are basically the treasury companies. The market hasn't been complicated lately. All we had to do is follow the money, follow the flow, realize which companies are buying which coins. And basically, I also still believe that if we just follow the ETF flow, follow the treasury flows, follow these easy to follow principles, we're going to do extremely well. But sometimes a bit of front running makes sense. Now, this is front running by buying Doge here before the announcement, sure. But I'm also talking about buying before another massive treasury company comes up to buy more Doge and basically buy into some of these large memes that have a very high probability of getting these ETFs going as well for themselves. Because, I mean, in my opinion, it's quite inevitable. Doge set the precedent, but many of them will most likely follow in quite quickly. I mean, Doge is up only a few % based on this news. It's not really too crazy, but I still think that craziness will come if Bitcoin sets the stage for it, which it's refusing to do for a little while right now. But again, I am patient. I'm very patient. I think soon we'll just be from ear to ear in gains. It's just a matter of patience. And if you guys want to discuss more crypto stuff, you want a little group to discuss all your trades and all that, make sure you check out the link down below to Discord. It's got a nice little Discord we've got going for a while. There's I think 11,000 people in there or something like that. Not that many people talking over the last few days, but I think that will revive itself. Just come on in and say hi, right? Just come on in and say hi in the main chat or wherever you want to say hi at, and we'll go from there, right? That's about it for right now. See you guys again in another crypto video somewhere later today. I'm buying the freaking crap out of it, though. I'm buying a lot of Doge, and the thing I'm going to do right now is just stack some more, see on which exchanges I've got Doge left, and add more to my bots. But yeah, that's about it.